You're working harder than your parents ever did. You make more money than they made. And somehow, you're still one emergency away from financial collapse. That's not bad luck. That's the design. The middle class isn't the finish line. It's a holding cell. Comfortable enough that you don't revolt, precarious enough that you can't leave. And today, I'm going to show you the 3 layers of this trap and why almost everyone who thinks they escaped is still inside. Let's start with the part nobody wants to admit: behavioral traps, the daily financial bleed that keeps you broke no matter how much you earn. First up, lifestyle creep. You get a raise, finally. 10% more income. You've been grinding for this. So what happens? You upgrade. Better apartment, faster internet, organic groceries. Within 3 months, your spending rises to perfectly match your new salary. The gap between what you earn and what you keep? Still 0. Congrats! You're now comfortable being broke at $70,000 instead of $60,000. Then there's the car payment treadmill. Most people don't buy cars anymore. They rent them on the worst possible terms and call it ownership. Here's how it works. You trade in your old car every few years, chasing a lower monthly payment. Sounds smart, right? Except your old loan gets rolled into the new one. The term stretches from 5 years to 7. Now you're upside down. You owe more than the car is worth. You're essentially leasing a depreciating asset at credit card interest rates. Brilliant. Credit cards deserve their own layer of hell. Minimum payment? $60 on a $3,000 balance. Feels manageable. Here's what they don't tell you. Almost all of that $60 goes to interest. At that rate, it takes 12 years and nearly double the original amount to pay it off. The minimum payment isn't designed to help you. It's designed to keep you trapped. Now let's talk about being house poor. You get pre-approved for a mortgage. The bank says you can afford $400,000. You assume the bank did the math correctly. They didn't. They calculated the mortgage, not the property taxes, not the broken air conditioner in July, not the roof that needs replacing in year 3. Suddenly, your dream home is a beautiful financial prison where every spare dollar goes to maintenance. You own the house owns you. Side hustles. Everyone's got one now. Driving for rideshare apps, freelancing on weekends, flipping items online. Here's the problem. That extra income usually just funds your overspending. You're not fixing the root issue, your spending habits. You're just exhausting yourself working 60 hours a week to stay broke at a higher volume. Then there are the invisible drains. $7 delivery fees, $4 service charges, $15 monthly subscriptions you forgot existed. Added up, $4,000 to $6,000 a year, gone, for convenience. And brand loyalty? That's a tax on your inability to read labels. You're paying double for a name-brand product with legally identical ingredients to the generic. You're funding their advertising budget, not quality. These aren't individual failures. These are systemic pressure points designed to keep you consuming instead of accumulating. Now, let's say you avoid all of that. You're disciplined, you budget, you save. You do everything right. Congratulations, you've reached the second layer, the structural trap, the golden handcuffs. Here's the script they sold you. Buy a house, pay down the mortgage, max out your 401k for 30 years. Do this and you'll be a millionaire. And they're right, you will be. On paper. The problem, you have 0 cash flow. Your net worth is $1.5 million. Your checking account has $4,000. You can't sell your house because you need somewhere to live. You can't touch your 401k before 59 and a half without paying a 10% penalty plus taxes. If you stop working, you run out of money in 3 months. You're a millionaire who can't retire. The system works great, just not for you. So how do you escape the structural trap? You have to rewire how you build wealth. First, shift to after-tax investing. Stop maxing out the pre-tax 401k. Yes, I know that sounds insane. Here's why it's not. Pre-tax accounts lock your money behind age restrictions and penalties. Instead, take the employer match on your 401k. That's free money, but redirect the rest into Roth IRAs and after-tax brokerage accounts. You can access Roth contributions anytime. After-tax brokerages have no age limits. You're buying flexibility. Flexibility is freedom. Second, eliminate your mortgage. I know everyone says leverage cheap debt and invest the difference. That works great until you lose your job, or the market crashes, or life happens. Paying off your mortgage removes $30,000 a year in mandatory expenses. That's the difference between needing to generate $90,000 a year versus $60,000. Lower expenses mean earlier escape. Third, the 72T rule. If your money is already locked in a 401k, there's a workaround called substantially equal periodic payments. You commit to a strict withdrawal schedule for at least 5 years or until you turn 59 and a half. No penalties. It's not perfect, but it's a pressure release valve. Fourth, the HSA receipt hack. Keep contributing to your health savings account, but pay for medical expenses out of pocket. Save those receipts for 5 to 10 years. Later, you can pull tens of thousands of dollars out of the HSA, tax-free and penalty-free, to reimburse yourself. It's a stealth retirement account that nobody talks about. Fifth, unlevered real estate. Notice I said unlevered. Highly leveraged rental properties are volatile and risky, but paying off 1 or 2 rental properties completely? That's reliable monthly cash flow that funds your freedom without market risk. These strategies break the structural trap, but they still don't create wealth. They just prevent wealth from being locked away. To actually build lasting wealth, you need the third layer, the entrepreneurial escape. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your income is capped at 24 hours a day. You can optimize, you can get raises, you can work overtime, but there's a ceiling. To break through, you must decouple your income from your time. Step 1, recognize and commit. Acknowledge the trap. Accept that escaping requires risk, discomfort, and working harder than you've ever worked before. Most people won't do this. They'll complain about the system, but never leave it. Don't be most people. Step 2, build high-income skills. Learn rare, scalable skills. Sales, copywriting, coding, negotiation. These skills let you create your own opportunities. You don't wait for a boss to give you a raise. You solve bigger problems and charge accordingly. Step 3, build a profit machine. Become an entrepreneur. Find people who will pay you to solve their problems using your new skills. Even if it only covers rent at first, it creates a vital identity shift. You're no longer an employee, you're a builder. Step 4, reinvest and scale. When middle-class people make more money, they inflate their lifestyle. When wealthy people make more money, they reinvest it to upgrade tools, improve systems, and hire people. If you do everything yourself, you're self-employed. Hiring people turns it into a business. Businesses scale. Self-employment doesn't. Step 5, build a wealth system. This is the ultimate secret. Your business makes you money, but your business should not directly fund your lifestyle. Industries change, clients leave, businesses fail. Instead, take business profits and buy investments, stocks, real estate, index funds. It's the returns from those investments that pay for your daily life. If your business collapses tomorrow, your lifestyle remains untouched because your wealth is secured in assets. That's the difference. Middle-class people work for money. Wealthy people make money work for them. Let me be clear about something. This isn't motivational. This is mechanical. The trap exists because the system profits from your labor and your consumption. You're valuable as a worker and a spender. You're dangerous as an owner. The behavioral traps keep you spending. The structural traps keep you working. The income trap keeps you dependent. All 3 layers work together to ensure you stay exactly where you are. Most people will watch this video, nod along, and change nothing. They'll go back to financing cars and paying minimums and maxing out pre-tax accounts because that's what responsible adults do. And they'll retire at 65 with a paid-off house and a 401k and realize they built a prison with tax advantages. The way out isn't complicated, it's just uncomfortable. Cut lifestyle creep, eliminate bad debt, build liquid, accessible wealth, develop high-income skills, start a business, reinvest profits, build a wealth system that survives without you. The system doesn't want you to do this. It wants you comfortable and busy and dependent. It wants you working 40 years for a retirement you might not live to enjoy. You can stay in the trap. Most do. Or you can recognize it for what it is and build your own exit. The middle class isn't a destination, it's a waiting room. And the longer you stay, the harder it gets to leave.